This is a quick review on the ELENKER USB 125 kHz RFID card reader, writer, copier, programmable burner. Basically it's an RFID cloner which you can connect up to your PC and you can output in several different formats. It's really handy if you're like me and you work in access control. Certain access control programs, certain access control pieces of hardware, they all output in different formats. What a lot of them tend to do is they tend to output in the 2H3D and 4H5D format, which, believe it or not, this reader stroke writer actually does support. $18.99. I'm not moaning. It does everything that I need it to do. There are a few reviews on this item, but probably not as many as in depth as what this one is. This guy here, it works with the cards I use and it will output the serial number. Well, the serial number is not the number that I wanted it to put out. I wanted it to put out the badge code, which I'll talk about in the next part of this video. So I'm going to go to the iPhone now. The video quality may be crap, but that's because it's an iPhone and I don't do very many YouTube videos.
Apologies for the lighting on this video. Like I said, I don't do many YouTube videos, but basically this is what you get in the pack. You get the CD that's got the software on it, which we'll look at in a second. I've written on the back of it RFID read and write 125K. The reason why I've written that on there is because the actual disc does not have anything written on it at all. So you get the reader writer itself. You get a USB lead, which is about a meter long. Again, on the back, all it's really got on it is what it's got on the actual listing. You also get 5 of the 125 kHz rewritable tags, which we will use in a second. In fact, we'll use that one, and I'll put the rest of them over there. Nice little Chinese disc. Why they make them in such a tiny little disc, I'll never know. So we're going to go back to the PC screen now, and I'm going to show you the software.
So the software, let's move that boom mic a bit closer to my mouth. Can you hear me at the back? Can you hear me down here? Can you hear me over there? Okie dokie. When you insert the CD, we'll maximise that. But yeah, we'll maximise that. There's a couple of folders on it. Now, it does actually come with a pre-configured driver, and that driver is already in Windows. If I bring up my what I'm looking for, device manager. If I bring up device manager, go into device manager, I believe it comes up as a USB input device. Here it is here. So if we disconnect, come on, refresh. I believe it comes up as a USB input device. So the drivers are already pre-configured in Windows. Oh, there it goes. It's just beeped at us. You have to bear with me. I am absolutely full of hay fever at the minute, and it is driving me round the bend. Are we still recording? Yes, we are. Okay. So this is the English version with the E on the end of it. So IR ID rewritable, no drivers required. All there is in here is .NET, Bushound. I'm not sure what Bushound is. I've not played with it too much, but you know, all you really need is this program here. So at first, excuse me for coughing into the microphone. At first, click on connect. You'll hear the reader beep there. Reader connection is successful. Now I'm going to take this blank one and I'm going to put that blank one on the reader. I'm going to read the card. You'll see it's got a number in it. In fact, has the other one got a number in it? All the ones that they give you have already got a number in them. Now, I ordered a load of RFID tags. One of them came with no number in it. I wonder if this reads anything. Read failed. I thought so. There's actually it's a closed tag and there's no number in it. It's just got zeros printed on it. So let's take a card. Yeah, we'll use that one. Let's take a card. We'll place a card on there. Place a closed card. A card that you can't copy. Well, you can copy, you just can't write to them. If I click on read card, what we get is we get all these details here. If you know what all these details mean, skip forward a couple of minutes. Basically, you've got the number formats. A lot of the time, access control systems will output in the 10 digits, which is this number that we see here, which if I look on the card is exactly the same as that. So it's a 10 decimal. This means 8 hex to 10 decimal. If we take, there is an algorithm that we put into the Microsoft programmer to get this one at the bottom. But basically, what it does is it takes the last 10 digits. If we were to take the last 100 digits, all we would have is a load of leading zeros. Then finally, we get the actual number which has been printed into it. As I will demonstrate, if I take a clonable card, read card, you'll see it's got 1450 written on it. If I just type in 111, you'll see it comes up as a hex format as 6F. If I then write card and read card, you'll see you've got all them zeros and then 111. You'll also see in the 2 hex and 4 hex, you've just got 111 as well. So let me just open up. I'm not going to have that on there whilst I'm putting these details into it. If I just open up a test database for the access control software which I use, test check. Oh, that's not right. Let's try that one. There we go. Save configuration done. Administrator, my super long password, right. One fine example is this piece of access control software which I use quite a lot. It is very powerful. It is very good. You'll see the card number that comes up in here. Now, what a lot of access control systems use the 3 hex and 5 hex. This one where it says van main set, this is basically the reader which is on the back door of my van, which is no longer active. Some of these cards are not even in use anymore. Yeah, the first 3 digits is the first 3 lines of hex, and the last 3 are or the last 4 rather. That would actually be the last 5. What we would have on there, it would be 5450963. The same here. AWS03 card would be 452079111. We're going to look at that in a little while. But first, I'm going to close that off because we don't actually need that open. So if I take that card that we were playing with earlier, that card which I think I showed you at the beginning of the video, I'm not entirely sure. One moment please, I'm going to have to just double check that. Okay, maybe I didn't, so let's go back to the iPhone and I'm going to show you what I mean by 10 decimals and the 2 hex and 4 hex.
Okay, so the 2 hex and 4 hex. Let's get a magic pointer. This one shall do. Do this through the camera. So, the number we see here is the 10 decimal. So there's 10 digits there. The number that we would put into the card would be 4868660. We could put that into the software. Seen here, the software. What the software would automatically do is it would put it also in as the 3 hex and 5 hex. So it would be 074189996. There is an algorithm that we put into the Microsoft Programmer. And if I just place this card onto the reader, go onto the software and click on read card, you see we've got 074189996. I'm going to go back to the screen recorder and I'm going to show you. If you don't have this facility, if you don't have one of these card readers, these specific card readers, what you can do is you can do a basic algorithm into the Microsoft calculator, which I'll show you in a second.
The Microsoft calculator has a couple of different features, believe it or not. You can obviously copy and paste to and from the data box. Look at the history for that session. Go under View. We're going to select Programmer. What this does is this gives us the option to type in hex and convert it to decimal, which is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to take the 10 decimal card number, we're going to copy it, we're going to put it in there, and we're going to paste it. Notice how the zeros don't go in. So if we go to hex, what do we get? We get 4 alpha 3 4. Look in this column here, 4 alpha 3 4. What we then do is we take the first string of the hex. The first string in this example would be 4 alpha. We delete everything out of there and put in 4 alpha. You then click on decimal. What does it bring up? It brings up 7 4. So in this instance it would be 074 because it needs that leading 0. What we then do, we then go back to hex, clear it down, and we type in the rest of what that string was, which was 4 alpha 3 4. So copy, paste that in there, 4 alpha 3 4, go to decimal, and we get 18996. 18996. If you have a lot of sites which require a lot of this programming, and believe me, sometimes it does work and sometimes it does not. When it does not, it is an absolute ball ache. So I'm going to take another card if I can find one. I'm sure I've got one on this desk somewhere. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to take another card. We're going to place that on the reader. Read card, and it comes up with 200555439 as what I would class as the badge code. There is another another feature you can use on this as well. What we do, in my access control software, if I just open up access control, type in username and password, bring it up, I'm going to see if I can do this. Right, so in the access control software, just imagine that this screen here, this is basically all the cards that you have programmed into the system. Let's maximize that down there. What you can do, if we select 2H plus 4H, click on analog USB keyboard, what we then do, with this still running, we convert the reader into the USB keyboard, which is what a lot of them actually are. So I'll place that card on there, read card, you'll see that's now flashing. Now the reason why that's flashing is that's waiting for us to put another card on. So if I bring the access control program back in, put the cursor in the card number, wave a card in front of it, what does it do? It types that code in for us and it presses the enter button, which basically presses the query button for us. Let's clear that one out. Let's take another card. Again, under card number, and you can see there it types in the code for us. I'm going to close this off, go back to the iPhone again.
So here's one of the cards that we were testing. I'm going to put my hand over that because that's got some customer data over it. And here's the other one that we were testing. If we look at the card reader, you'll see this is not your imagination. That LED is actually flashing and flickering away between yellow, red, and green. If we look on the screen, it's flashing as well. That basically imitates what this does. Place that over there, it turns green. If we click on the disconnect button on software, that goes back to red. The software goes back to red as well. If we click on connect, untick the analog USB keyboard, you'll see this light is red and the one on there is green. Place a card on, click on read card, you'll see it turns green. When it turns green, that turns blue. I thought they might have been the same, but they're obviously not. So I've already shown you the details on there, but you can't decipher anything out of that anyway. So apologies there, my shitty iPhone ran out of memory. You see, Apple have got a problem with this. They tend to like sending you updates, which takes up bucking space on your phone. I'm coming away from Apple, so you're not begin to not like them. Anyway, where are we? Okay, we were going to try and put another code onto this card. Let's get that card out of the way because I need that one. So let's get back onto the software. So we're back on the software. So read card. Oh yeah, I disconnected the reader and reconnected it. You've got another thing on here that you can do. You can click on file. You can open up what's called a number file, which is basically you can open up the file and click on auto write, and what will happen is every time you put a rewritable card in front of the reader will basically write the next and the next and the next string of numbers in. So we're going to try and put another code onto this card, so let's do it in the 10 decimals. So we're just going to put in 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Write card. Write failed because these cards have actually got write protection on them. Let's take that one off, and let's put. Oh, I've got a rewritable card here actually. Put a rewritable card on it. Click on write card, and it's written. You'll see it's written the details into the card. excuse my throat. But yeah, that's it really. There is actually two different versions of this. There's an ID version, which is the one we've got here, which is 125 kilohertz, and there is the IC version, which is actually a 13.56 megahertz. The 13.56 megahertz is basically MIFARE. That's basically the end of my video. Thanks for watching.